Have you ever wandered into a city just because the train pass allowed it? We did. Okayama wasn't planned, but on a quiet Sunday morning, it welcomed us with peace, beauty, and stories older than memory. No crowds, no rush, just time, slowing down. This was our unexpected escape, and it became one of our most treasured moments in Japan. We began our journey in Osaka with nothing more than curiosity and a JR Kansai Wide Pass. While exploring our route options, we realized that the furthest we could go by Shinkansen was Okayama. It was a city we'd never visited before, so we thought, why not? At Osaka Station, the friendly staff helped us reserve our seats. It felt like the trip had already started with a smile.
Not for me, we also can, right?
Ah, yes. What do you want? Thank you so much.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Before boarding, we picked up some fresh bread for the ride. Just something simple to enjoy while watching the scenery fly by. And yes, we couldn't resist grabbing takoyaki from Takoya Dotonbori Kukuru in JR Osaka Station. It's our little travel tradition. Soon, we were aboard the Shinkansen, gliding past countryside views. Less than an hour later, we arrived in Okayama. From Okayama Station, we hopped on the local streetcar to reach the garden and castle area. We bought a one-day pass for just 400 yen. It covers unlimited rides, which sounds like a good deal. But unless you're planning to hop on and off, at multiple stops, a single ride ticket might be more cost-effective. Still, we chose the streetcar over the bus for one simple reason: to experience something a little different and local. There's a quiet charm to the old-school trams clacking along the tracks, and watching the town pass by through wide windows felt relaxing. The walk from the streetcar station to Okayama Castle takes about 10 to 15 minutes. It's an easy, peaceful stroll, and along the way, we were met with unexpected charm. We stumbled upon a local orchestra session, a group of musicians performing outdoors, their music echoing through the neighborhood. It was one of those spontaneous travel moments that stay with you. The streets were calm and uncrowded, especially for a Sunday afternoon. There was a stillness in the air that made the journey feel like a reset. Before reaching the castle, we walked along the Asahi River, which flows quietly beside the castle grounds. Though the sky was overcast, the soft light gave everything a calm, moody tone. The river flowed gently beside us, and the stillness of the scene made it feel like time had slowed down. It was one of those moments where the journey itself felt just as special as the destination. As we got closer, the top of Okayama Castle slowly came into view through the trees, and we knew we were about to step into something historic and beautiful. As we approached the castle, its dark wooden facade stood in striking contrast to the cloudy sky. Nicknamed Ujo, or Crow Castle, because of its black exterior, Okayama Castle has a long, resilient history. Construction began in 1573 under the powerful warlord Ukita Naoye, and it was completed by his son Ukita Hideye in 1597. It was designed both as a military stronghold and a symbol of feudal power. The design cleverly used natural defenses like the river and featured spacious grounds that once held watchtowers, gates, and residential quarters. Sadly, the original structure was destroyed during an air raid in World War II. What we see today is a post-war reconstruction from 1966, faithfully restored to reflect its original appearance, with some modern additions inside. Even though we didn't enter the castle this time, standing before it was enough to feel the weight of centuries gone by and appreciate how much care has gone into preserving its legacy. We took a quiet walk along the lower paths beside the castle moat. The path was almost entirely empty, as if the city had paused for a moment of stillness. Though it was already mid-April, soft traces of sakura petals still clung to the branches, above and floated gently on the surface of the water. a final whisper of spring's fleeting beauty. The moat wrapped around the base of the castle like a mirror, catching soft ripples from the wind. There was no strong afternoon light that day. The clouds hung low, diffusing everything in a gentle gray. Yet in that calm light, the reflection of the castle and trees seemed even more poetic, as if time had slowed down. A few petals drifted down as we passed, settling quietly on the path and water. We didn't speak much during that part of the walk. It felt like the kind of moment that deserved silence. A quiet connection with the place, with the season, and maybe with ourselves. As we made our way across the bridge that connects Okayama Castle to Korakuen Garden, the scenery opened up before us, wide, green, and calm. The Asahi River flowed gently beneath our feet, carrying with it the cool breath of spring. To our right, the castle walls stood tall behind the trees, a silent guardian over the water. Ahead of us, the expansive lawn and winding paths of Korakuen Garden invited us in. Crossing that bridge felt like entering a different rhythm, from the quiet strength of stone to the soft elegance of nature. The footbridge itself was simple, but the view from it was quietly spectacular. On one side, history carved in black walls and stone. On the other, open sky and the careful balance of cultivated beauty. We slowed our steps here, not just to take in the view, but to allow the stillness to settle in. As we stepped into Korakuen Garden, the mood shifted, from quiet reflection to gentle admiration. But its presence here is no accident. Korakuen is one of Japan's 3 great gardens, built in the 17th century. It was originally designed for the ruling daimyo Ikeda Tsunemasa, not just as a place of beauty, but as a retreat for entertaining guests and showcasing the clan's power and refinement. Even centuries later, the layout remains faithful to the original Edo period design. You can walk the same loops the lords once walked. You can stand at the Enyote House, once a place of private gatherings, and imagine the view through their eyes. Open lawns give way to ponds, tea houses, and winding paths that reveal new scenes at every turn. It's a garden meant to be experienced slowly, each step offering a new perspective. The paths curve gently, revealing new scenes at every turn. A tea house tucked behind a pond, a grove of plum trees beyond the bridge, and grassy lawns so wide they make the sky feel bigger. We wandered without a plan. There was no need for one. By now, the clouds had cleared, and the afternoon light shone warmly across the garden. It lit up the open lawns and cast soft shadows beneath the pines, bringing the landscape to life in a quiet, poetic way. It felt like time had slowed, inviting us to linger just a little longer. Every part of the garden felt intentional, not just in how it was shaped, but in how it made you feel. Lighter, quieter, more connected to the moment. Soft patches of moss added texture to the stone paths, and petals floated gently across the water. Even the koi seemed to glide a little slower.
Sakura no hanabira, sora しさに満ちて花びらの川揺らぎを映す足音は控えめに時間と遊ぶまばたき一つで消える魔法桜舞い散る夢の中へ静寂が心を包み込む切なの輝きを追いかけながら儚さに愛された風が語る秘密を聞いた空と大地が抱きしめ合う何も求めないこの瞬間にただ息をしてる奇跡を感じて桜舞い散る夢の中へ静寂が心を包み込む切なの輝き涙と笑顔淡い命の物語
After a slow stroll through Korakuen's timeless paths, we exited the garden and made our way back along the main route. To our surprise, even on a Sunday afternoon, the path remained calm and uncrowded. A quiet walk beneath open skies with the Asahi River gliding gently beside us. It was one of those rare travel moments when everything aligned. No rush, no crowd, just peace. Okayama was never in our original plan. We came here simply because the JR Kansai Wide Pass allowed it, and we left with a quiet memory that stayed with us. So if you're holding that same rail pass wondering where to go next, consider Okayama. Sometimes the most unplanned stops turn out to be the most restorative. Thanks for walking with us. If you enjoy this kind of peaceful, reflective travel, we'd love to have you join us again on the next journey.